students and all my viewers, welcome to Shikshanacha Miti channel. This is Sapana Chauhan, as you all know, and our videos topics are based on biology topics of the science, subject science from standard 8 of the CBSE pattern here. So our subject is biology, and you know that in last video we learned about conservation of plants and animals. So our subject is biology and topic is conservation of plants and animals. Biology, conservation of plants and animals. Here in this video we are going to talk about the subtopic which is conservation of the forest. Conservation of forest. Before going to the conservation of the forest, I want to revise last video. In last video we saw about the ecosystem, biodiversity, what are the species. So now what is the ecosystem, students? The ecosystem includes plants, animals, microorganisms and the all non-living things which are surrounding in that specific area. That is the ecosystem of that specific area. Then what we learned in last video about the species. What is the species? Species is the organism is similar in any ways and they can reproduce with each other. After that we saw about the biodiversity which we see on the earth. And biodiversity means what? The diverse flora and fauna are present on the earth. Those flora and fauna having diverse features or diverse species on earth, that is the biodiversity. After that we also saw the importance of biodiversity on earth. Importance of biodiversity is what? In the ecosystem, the living organisms are all depends on one another for their needs. You all know that animals have to eat plants and plants need atmospheric air, soil, nutrition, and those nutritions are made by the bacteria, fungi by the decomposition process. So by this cycle, you can say that by this cycle all those living organisms are depends on one another by their needs. After that we also saw the importance of forest in last video. As you all know, the importance of forest in daily life. The importance of forest, what is the importance? First one, you can say that we can obtain wood pulp. After that, timber, resins, lac, gum from the forest for many purposes in daily life. After that, forest, for conservation of forest or for importance of forest is also there that they maintain the balance between carbon dioxide and oxygen. As the plants gives out the oxygen in atmosphere and take this oxygen out and carbon dioxide inside them and produce own food by their own. After that, the forest also helps in conservation of wildlife, as the forests fulfill the needs of food and shelter of the wildlife animals. After that, forests are also important for erosions of soil. Why? Because the erosion of soil minimized due to the forest. So here now we will talk about the conservation of forest here. This topic is also very much important nowadays, because nowadays deforestation is growing for the growing cities and for the developed cities. So here we will talk about the conservation of forest. So before going to the conservation of forest, we will see the consequences of the deforestation. What are the consequences of deforestation? So now here the consequences of the consequences of the deforestation. Consequences consequences of deforestation. Consequences of deforestation. You all know that due to the deforestation, the topsoil erosion is increasing day by day. That's why the next level of the soil, that is the type of rocky soil, is opened out, and this soil having very low fertility. That's why the desertification is increases. So here what are the consequences? First one is the soil erosion. Soil erosion. Due to this soil erosion, the fertility of the next level of soil is very minimum. That's why we can't germinate, we can't plant their seeds. Why? Because this fertility is very low, and that's why the desertification is increasing day by day. Next consequence of the deforestation is second one consequence. The second consequence is the global warming. Global warming. Increasing in the global warming. Why the increase in the global warming? The increase in the proportion of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Due to that, the global warming problem we are facing nowadays. The increase in the CO2 or the carbon dioxide will show many problems. So due to the global warmings, the ice turns into the water, and the sea level is increasing day by day, and it will affect the coastal ecosystem. That is the global warming. After that, third consequence of the deforestation is decreasing the level of groundwater. Why? Because due to the soil erosion, the fertility or the capacity to absorb water is minimized. That's why the minimization of groundwater is there. Groundwater will be decreases day by day. Then after that, fourth consequence is due to the deforestation, the wildlife need, that food, shelter, will be minimized, and the need of the food not satisfied by the another one, because deforestation affect the foods need by the wildlife. Then after that, we will see the another topic. So now here, wildlife in danger. Wildlife came into danger because of the deforestation. The grasslands are turned into the farmlands. Then deforestation is also there to increasing the cities. After that, the pollution is increasing day by day. Air pollution, water pollution. Due to that, the ecosystems in water, those are got disturbed. That's why that goes disturbed. These all are the danger in wildlife. After that, the endangered species. Which are the endangered species? You all know that some species cannot able to survive in specific environment. Due to this, they are going to extinct or endangered. After that, some species are there which are extinct from there. The dodo, after that the dinosaurs are extinct from the earth due to the not able to survive in this specific environment. After that, some species are also endangered. Endangered examples are some tiger, lion, and some bird species are also there. Those are in danger. If you take an example, nowadays the numbers of snakes are decreasing day by day because the humans are killing them for the some purposes. The snakes numbers is decreasing. That's why the number of rats are increasing day by day. Due to the number of increasing rats, those are disturbed in the farming. Due to the rats, farmers have the disturbance in farming. They used to eat the crops. That's why we should conserve our ecosystem, and proper use of the natural resources should be there. After that, some species are also there. Those are not able to survive in this environment, that are going to extinct from the environment. After that, we are now coming to the conservation of the forest. The main topic is the conservation of the forest. So here we are going to our main topic, that is the conservation of forest and wildlife. Harvesting. Second, protection from fire. Third, protection from pests, and protection from overgrazing. Fifth one is reforestation. One by one we will see the conservation of forest and wildlife, including those points. These points, 5 points are there. First one, harvesting. Harvesting the unused plants and uncut plant will stop the soil erosion. This is the better harvesting. Apply the better harvesting. After that, protection from fire. The protection from fire should apply the spraying of the fire extinguisher in the forest, and changing the way of the wind by the higher blowing. That can be protection from the fire. After that, protection from the pest. With the use of insecticide, fungicide, the protection of pests will be there to conserve the forest. After that, protection from the overgrazing. Overgrazing by the sheep, cattle, horses is used to there. So protection from the overgrazing is also the way to conserve the forest and wildlife here. The better and the important way to conserve the forest and wildlife is reforestation. is the important point. Reforestation means if we cut some plants, we used to able the plants able to plant the seeds, number of plant seeds. So by the planting seeds of the plant, we can conserve the wildlife or forest. Naturally, also the conservation of wildlife and forest by the reforestation to leave this specific area undisturbed for some time, it will reforest and become good for the wildlife. After that, we will see the next point. Habitat preservation is also there for conservation of the forest and wildlife. Sixth one is habitat conservation. The conservation of the habitat, why this when this happened? This happened when we not disturb the forest and wildlife. Then the preservation or conservation of habitat will be there. After that, hunting rules. By the hunting rules, the specific hunting rules are there, they should be followed. If they follow, the conservation of forest and wildlife should be there. The skin of the tiger is used in many ways. That how many so much cost in the market. We have to we should follow the hunting rules of the forest, by which we can conserve our forest and wildlife. So here student, that's all for this video. In this video, what we saw, the conservation of the wildlife and forest here. Those are the main 5 points we studied in this. After that, I want to give you homework to keep it well in this topic. So I hope you understand this video very well. So I will write here the homework. So see here student, 3 questions are there for your homework. I am reading out there. What are the consequences of deforestation is the first question. Next question is what are the endangered species? This is the second question. Third question is what are the way of conservation of forest and wildlife? So student, here all about this video. Thanks for watching.